video or short on my channel, and this is my reaction to Lamar Jackson getting a franchise tag and why the Washington Commanders. It is a non-exclusive franchise tag for Lamar Jackson that the Ravens placed on him. So Lamar Jackson basically can negotiate with any team that he wants. I'll be discussing why the Washington Commanders should consider entertaining the idea, even though I don't think it's going to happen, and I'll also explain why it won't happen. But before I do that, I'd like to remind you all that if you're new to my channel, you're finding me for the first time, make sure you hit that sub button. I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that sub button. I'm trying to grow here on YouTube, so let's go ahead and let's do that. But all right. So Lamar Jackson signed a or got franchise tagged. It was non-exclusive, so now he's going to get paid $32.4 million for this upcoming year. Now it's not the exclusive franchise tag where he can just negotiate with the Ravens. He can negotiate with other teams, but there's a caveat that say that the Commanders, let's say the Commanders he calls the Commanders and the Commanders say, "All right, we'll give you a 5-year contract for 250 million, 300 mil, um, blah blah blah." But the Ravens can actually take that and actually match it, and the Commanders can send 2 first-round picks if they want, or it's probably going to be more. Two first round is the minimum in my opinion. Lamar Jackson is worth way more. He's worth way more. But if you notice the image that I have here, it's the quarterback since 2018 in Washington. Obviously, I wanted to go more for this team has not had a starting quarterback, a legitimate or a continuing starting quarterback. They have not have had a franchise guy since Dan Snyder's tenure. These are just the list of guys right here. We got Alex Smith, Josh Johnson, Mark Sanchez, Dwayne Haskins. Let me see. Kyle Allen, Colt McCoy. You know, guys, if you look at that image right there, I'm just basing it off of memory. You know, guys like that. And Washington needs a franchise guy. And Lamar Jackson, he's the guy, you know, to entertain. 26 years old, former MVP, has a winning record as a quarterback. And I'll talk about why the Commanders won't go after him. And I'll probably do another video where I'll be discussing why it wouldn't be a good idea to sign Lamar Jackson or trade for Lamar Jackson, things like that. But this is why we should. That's one of the main reasons. Commanders needs quarterback stability, and he will provide quarterback stability for this organization. The play caller in Eric Bieniemy is here. The playmakers that the Ravens don't have, to be honest, are here. Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, guys like that. Let me see. Who else? What else? Um, the defense is pretty solid, pretty good. Is it better than Ravens? No, it's not. The only thing that the Commanders could probably need to do an upgrade is that offensive line, which it's going to be easier said than done because if this happens, the Commanders are going to give up draft capital and a lot of cap space to bring in Lamar. So, but who knows? Who knows? So that's the main reason. Quarterback stability. Let me see. Imagine Eric Bieniemy is another reason. Imagine the play calls that he could use for Lamar Jackson. The Commanders would be feared in the NFC East / NFC. Dallas, Dak Prescott. He's better than Dak Prescott, better than Daniel Jones, and I so Daniel Jones beat Lamar last year. I don't care. Still better. Stats don't lie. Better than Jalen Hurts. So, and you're gonna say, oh well, the Eagles went to a Super Bowl. Okay. Ravens don't have weapons. That's why the Ravens and Lamar didn't get to a Super Bowl or win a playoff game that were important. So yeah, there you go. Um, so Commanders would be feared. Tell me I'm wrong. That's another reason. All right. So those are the reasons I could think of. Why the Commanders won't sign Lamar Jackson. Like I stated before, Ron Rivera, and we've had the sample size for Ron Rivera for 3 off seasons now. He's cheap. He's cheap. He doesn't want to, he doesn't believe in big spending unless you're Amari Cooper um, back in 2020. But that's it. He didn't make big splashes. He brought in a lot of Panthers guys, brought in, guys that he knew, guys that were cheap, like freaking Peyton Barber as the running back. Brought, let me see, Dex Mill, not Dex Mill. What's the dude's name? Dontrell Inman. He brought in guys like that. He just brought in randos. He's a he's a cheapskate. Brought some cheap offensive linemen like Trey Turner, Andrew Norwell, guys like that. So Ron Rivera's cheapness is what's going to keep the Commanders from not, and they don't like to give up draft capital either. So so that's another reason why I honestly don't think, the commander, he won't come to Washington. I mean, it's an easy enough deal. You just got to hope that the Ravens don't match what the Commanders, if the Commanders entertain the idea uh, of bringing him in, don't match that and give up two first round picks. But it's not going to happen because Ron Rivera is cheap. Which is why I honestly think that Eric Bieniemy and as shitty as this dude is and Dan Snyder should really just force Ron to, like, look, this is my last act as owner. I'm forcing you to bring Lamar in. Period. You're bringing in Lamar, no questions asked, and leave it at that. But we'll see. Easier said than done. Those are my thoughts. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Like I said at the beginning, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn on post notifications so that way you know when I drop a new video like this one. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.